Good afternoon, everyone. In our last session, we explored contraception and family planning. Today, we turn to the more intense and deeply emotional subject of abortion. Abortion debates bring together theology, ethics, medicine, and law. For religions, the central question is this: when does life begin, and what is our moral responsibility to protect it? Let's look at how 5 major traditions, Christianity, Judaism, Hinduism, Buddhism, and Islam, approach this question. Christianity has consistently seen abortion as a grave sin, but the reasoning and emphasis vary across history and denominations. Early Christianity equated abortion with murder. Church fathers such as Tertullian, Basil the Great, and John Chrysostom condemned it strongly. The Didache, an early Christian manual, also explicitly forbade abortion. Orthodox Christianity teaches that abortion is never permissible, except possibly when the mother's life is directly at risk. Even then, repentance and prayer are required. The Catholic Church historically debated the timing of ensoulment. Thomas Aquinas taught that a fetus received its soul at 40 to 80 days, depending on sex. But by the 19th century, the Church taught that life begins at conception. Today, Catholic doctrine holds that all direct abortions are immoral, regardless of circumstance, though debates continue over exceptions for rape, incest, or severe genetic deformity. Protestant traditions are divided. Some conservative evangelical groups mirror Catholic teaching, opposing abortion entirely. Other Protestant denominations, however, allow abortion in cases where the mother's health, dignity, or circumstances make it a responsible choice. This divergence has made abortion one of the most contested issues within Christianity itself. Judaism on abortion. Judaism takes a different approach. The Hebrew Bible is largely silent, but one verse in Exodus 21 addresses the accidental injury of a pregnant woman. If the fetus dies but the woman lives, the offender pays a fine. If the woman dies, it is considered murder. This implies that the fetus does not have the same legal status as the mother. Rabbinic tradition reinforces this. The Talmud teaches that a fetus is not a full person, or nephesh, until birth. Maimonides compared a dangerous fetus to a rodef, a pursuer threatening the mother's life. In such cases, abortion is not only permitted but required. Still, Judaism is not permissive across the board. Most rabbinic authorities allow abortion to save the mother's life or health. Some extend this to cases of severe fetal abnormality or maternal psychological suffering. Others, especially Orthodox rabbis, take a stricter line, permitting abortion only in extreme circumstances. In conservative and Reformed Judaism, abortion is more broadly accepted, with emphasis on the woman's autonomy and well-being. Key idea: Judaism places the mother's life above that of the fetus, but also treats abortion as a serious moral decision. Hinduism on abortion. In Hinduism, abortion is generally condemned as a form of violence. Classical texts like the Vishnu Dharma Sutra equate abortion with the killing of a Brahmin, one of the gravest sins. The Mahabharata condemns abortion as a violation of the cosmic order. This severity reflects Hindu views of the embryo as a sacred life, infused with spirit and karma. Abortion is believed to disrupt the karmic journey of the soul and cause negative consequences for both the parents and society. However, some minority Hindu texts, such as the Garbha Upanishad, suggest that ensoulment may occur after conception, leaving some room for debate. In modern India, abortion has been legalized under certain conditions since 1971, often driven by concerns of overpopulation and maternal health. But cultural preferences for sons have led to sex-selective abortions, which remain a major ethical and social issue. Key takeaway: Hinduism generally condemns abortion as a violation of dharma, but in practice, modern laws and social realities complicate the picture. Buddhism on abortion. In Buddhism, morality is measured by intention and by the principle of ahimsa, or non-harm. Abortion is generally seen as taking life, which violates the first precept, do not kill. Buddhists believe that life begins at conception, when consciousness enters the embryo. Therefore, abortion is understood as the deliberate ending of a human life. However, context and intention matter greatly. Abortion to save the mother's life may be accepted, though it still carries karmic consequences. In Japan, where abortion became widespread in the 20th century, many women sought healing through rituals like Mizuko Kuyo, in which they honored the spirits of aborted children with prayers to the Bodhisattva Jizo. Modern Buddhist teachers, including the Dalai Lama, have acknowledged abortion as generally negative but potentially permissible if the intention is compassionate, such as preventing great suffering. Key idea: Buddhism does not frame abortion in legal absolutes, but evaluates it through mindfulness, compassion, and karmic responsibility. Islam on abortion. Islamic teaching on abortion is rooted in both the Quran and Hadith. The Quran describes the stages of fetal development, first as a drop of fluid, then a clot, then a lump of flesh. After 120 days, the angel breathes the soul, or ruh, into the fetus. This timeline is crucial. Before 120 days, abortion may be permitted in certain cases, such as threats to the mother's health. After 120 days, abortion is generally prohibited, except to save the mother's life. Different Islamic schools interpret this differently. Hanafi law is more permissive before 120 days. Maliki law is stricter, opposing abortion from the moment of conception. Shia Islam sometimes allows abortion in cases of genetic disorders or rape under specific fatwas. Modern fatwas also show diversity. For example, Egypt's Al-Azhar scholars permitted abortion in cases of rape. Iranian authorities have allowed abortion for fetuses with severe genetic diseases under 10 weeks. Key principle. In Islam, abortion is not framed as an individual right, but as a moral decision weighed against divine law, human dignity, and compassion. Conclusion. So across these 5 traditions, what do we see? Christianity generally opposes abortion, with Catholicism being most strict. Judaism prioritizes the life and health of the mother, allowing abortion when she is at risk. Hinduism condemns abortion as a grave sin, though modern India's laws complicate this. Buddhism sees abortion as harmful, but considers intention and compassion. Islam forbids abortion after 120 days, but allows exceptions before then. Together, these views reflect the central dilemma of abortion debates: the sacredness of life, the dignity of the mother, and the question of when personhood truly begins.